Hey, everybody. So, Tim and I were recording a completely different episode when, in the middle of it, we started talking about Drag Race because we are who we are. So, because of that, we now have a random mini episode for you. So, enjoy this Mini-Chub. Hope you're doing okay. Talk to you later. So, again, I have not even finished this week's episode because I got distracted. The season kind of meh. And then Rue had to come in and beg the girls not to leave so they could have a full season.
But this is what's sad about it is that like the drama of that is more interesting than the actual season.
Yeah.
Leaving this like is more interesting than them actually being there
And being present.
That's so sad.
I also think it's funny that Heidi didn't get the Rue-vention. Like Heidi was like, I'm having a bad day and I'm leaving, and they just let her walk. And then Kahana's like, I'm having a bad day, I'm walking. Rue's like, no.
Exactly. That because I think they were having a hard time trying to figure out what Heidi's story was going to be. Like,
oh no, honestly, Heidi.
At least Kahana didn't do anything on her season, so like they're showing her on this season. Period. Like
That's true. I think Heidi again, and here's the other thing that I can't help but remember is that we're in week 6 or 7 in the season. This is like week 2 or 3 of them recording the season, right? So this hasn't been going on for months for them, really. They've been in the studio for 2 or 3 weeks at this point, and these girls are done. And Heidi walked out like a week and a half into production.
Yeah. The second day, she was like, girl, I'm not here for this.
She walked in like, I don't know. And then the second she could...
Give her the villain edit, and she saw it coming. She was like,
She was like, I need my piece.
Yeah, no. I see, Kahana, you trying to make this happen.
Right.
You know, I said I was sorry. You didn't, no.
No, I'm going to get my Patreon. And then Kahana, I get it. She acting, not her thing. It really isn't her thing. She
knows it, and it's getting repetitive.
She knows it. It's yet another challenge, which seems really like that's a lot of acting challenges, like back to back to back.
Because all the rest of them are good at acting.
And you've been in the bottom the last 3 weeks.
Because all the rest of them are good at acting.
It's like, so I got it when she was like, you know what, I think I'm done. Like, I don't need to be embarrassed again. I kind of like the idea that, again, season 7, you don't want to bring all the winners back and then drag them. It doesn't do anybody any good to drag them in public when they've already won money and they're big names.
Yeah.
We're not going to give them their critiques. I love the idea that these season 8 girls came in thinking like maybe this will be an uplifting experience. Maybe we'll all get...
Most of them were like first or thirds off.
Some of them, this was their second episode, right? When they came back on.
God, I'm actually on the season this year.
They're going to keep me.
And, girl, it's not giving anything.
No.
Even, like, polarizing bad. It's not giving anything.
You don't have anybody fun to bounce off of, right? Like, I think Alexis is trying to do something.
She's scared of people.
She's non-confrontational. And then, like, the second... Oh, that's what happened this week. The second that Candy tries to bump up against her, she just melts even further. And then Candy walks out. It's like... So even when they're trying to confront each other, they don't stay in the same room. Like, there's no chemistry.
And then, like... it's very much... I would say this sucks because the only things that we're talking about are not the things that the whole show is about. Like,
No.
we're not even talking about the challenge.
No.
the wardrobe or the dresses and stuff, which they got a whole stipend for this.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, y'all did that with money?
What?
Like,
It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess.
it's that, and I don't even think that it's because it's coming off the heels of an all-winter season. I think it's because it's just a bad season.
I think when you throw random people into the mix,
Yeah.
you hope it's going to work. It doesn't always work, and you kind of hope that if they've done it before, they know the routine. And it's just not working.
But most of them haven't done it long enough, I guess.
I also don't think. I mean, it's not only that last All Stars really worked, but the season 15 right before it was also. I know a lot of people have opinions about it, but overall, I thought it ended up working really well. It was like a good season. So you're like doing that back to back. It's like it can't all be winners. You're going to have off seasons, but this is just really boring.
But I mean, there's off seasons like 10, but like
Oh, Monet's season. That's one I haven't even watched. It's because everybody's like,
that happened that I can honestly remember is that Asia O'Hara's butterflies got killed on the stage.
who won that season? Is that Aquarius? No.
Aquarium.
Aquaria won. I don't know her.
She's about as interesting as the season was.
Yeah.
So like, well, I will say this: they had a good villain. Now that I think about it, they had a good villain.
Who was the villain that season?
The Vixen.
Oh, that was that season.
Yeah.
I remember her walking off the reunion and all that mayhem.
I call like 9, 10, 11 like the Shangela series because they always had somebody coming from the other season.
Borrowed over, yeah.
Because
I watched season 9 with you and Kevin. I liked that season. That's Peppermint season and Shay and all them.
And then like from season 8, Cynthia Lee Fontaine came to season 9. And then from season 9, Eureka came to season 10.
There's always a redemption girl, yeah.
And then 10, Vanjie came to season 11. And I was like, okay, so y'all doing this like thing.
Did you see where the Vixen and Bob got back into it this week again on Twitter?
Did they know? I didn't say. For some reason, I feel like my Twitter doesn't show me black things. It is always trying to push like. It's gonna sound bad.
Okay.
I'm not a big politics person, but
Right.
I feel like my Twitter wants me to be.
Your Twitter really wants you to, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not interested. And I was like, no matter what, I'm going to vote. But either way, my life never matters in the middle anyway. So it's like, it is what it is. Let me see Monet. Let me see Bob. What are they?
Let me cut through the bullshit.
Let me see my black friends in my head.
Yeah.
Like, and Twitter is like, no, here's this white twink that wants to teach you about like, I don't know how to tuck. And I'm like, no, girl, I don't care about him.
You know what? We're already 10 minutes in. We'll just do a Mini-Chub. So are you, I'll just edit this part out. We'll just do a Mini-Chub. Hey guys, hope you wanted a RuPaul's Drag Race Mini-Chub. So the Vixen and Bob got into, and I don't even know the essence of it. That was why I was kind of hoping you may have seen it, because Vixen came in and said, the way you guys are calling me out when I called Bob and Monet out and their bullshit, now you're trying to put us together. And then Bob retweeted that saying, why can't you get over me? Stop being upset. And I was like, holy shit.
Well, I will say this, like, because she was on season 10 with Monet, they do have business to say things.
Sure.
So, and the Vixen, is very vocal about the way that she is talked about, perceived, whatever.
Yeah.
And has no problem with letting you know she don't like it.
How do you feel about that level of rebellion and pushback? Because I remember watching it and thinking, like, I really like that the Vixen is telling what her truth is and what her story is. She was standing up to Rue in that reunion special. I forget what the topic specifically was, but basically she was saying, like, this is my story and my truth. I don't know why you won't let me speak to it. And Rue's like, you should just be grateful that you're here. And she's like, but that's not everybody's story. And I remember being like really, really moved by that. But then there gets to a point where like if all you're doing is always not even necessarily from a racial standpoint, but it just kind of seems like all she does is complain and she's mad and angry and she's always lashing out. That's like, at some point, people don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
At some point, you don't have any friends because all you do is like scratch and claw. And it's like, and I get where the anger comes from, but if you're not a fun hang either, I don't.
But it sucks, doesn't it? Because like, it's a double-edged sword. It's like I'm always on the defense because I'm always being came for.
Right.
And I'm always used to being came for, so any little thing can set me off.
Yeah, you're always gonna go.
And like there are just some people that are like that. And like I don't who am I to tell them that they can't be that way because they have reason to be.
Right, yeah, no, it's not, for me, it's not about like, you gotta be something different. It's just like, but at the same time, like, I can't follow you all the time because it's the Eeyore complex. It's like, if you're sad and you're always emoting that way, it's like, be you, but I don't have to be around you.
Yeah, and it sucks because, well, when it comes to that, I just hope that the Vixen does, because I mean, she comes with a lot of strength. I know that, you know, just because you portray that doesn't always mean that you feel strong. But like, I hope that she does have friends and, you know, a support system that she can lean on.
Yeah.
Outside of this, because it would be exhausting to me.
Yeah.
But you know, like, I do admire her for being someone who will stand up for herself and does like vocalize how she feels and what she believes and she stands for, and it is what it is. But also like, it just seems like she is okay with that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm projecting. She does this, and she's been in for so long now. It might just be like, I don't mind, fuck you, you know, which is
because I mean, okay, so if that's the thing, is like, there has to be somebody saying it,
right?
He's not going to say it, you know.
I think it's also that she also wasn't necessarily, she didn't get far enough in the season to necessarily get put on a platform. Like Evie Oddly is another one who has more recently been very vocal about the Drag Race industry and the ups and downs of that, and she's become a talking point for the edit queens. But she's also booking gigs, and she was a winner. She was on there long enough. She's been on multiple seasons. Like she is getting something from the system, but she's also being honest about what doesn't work for it either. So, and that's a kind of thing. Like, I don't mind hearing that, where it's like, there seems to be a mix of like, not everything can be great and not everything can be all bad. But it is everything.
Yeah. But unfortunately, maybe everything for her was bad. Like, it seemed like they were dedicated to making her the villain and
the vixen.
I don't really know her outside of an argument. Like, you know, so.
Right.
It's kind of like remember at season 15 when we were talking about Mistress and how like she was on stage and that may have not been her medium, but her medium, what can you do on stage? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, MIB.
It's like, can you play head games on stage? Like, I don't.
Right. Yeah. No. Are you curious about her boot camp with the twins? Would you go see that show?
No. This family it just felt very like we are gonna get a money grab. Like, like it doesn't feel like genuine
No. Okay. Not even that. Not even that. Let's say that you believed that they were actually very friendly and liked each other. Even then,
I'm not going to see Sugar and Spice.
no, you don't care about the twins. Yeah.
I need GODDESS. Like,
Yeah.
I need that production value
Yeah.
if I'm gonna go. And I'm not gonna say they're not capable of that, but they haven't really shown more than
Yeah.
that.
That's the only part of the boot camp that I'm kind of curious about. It's like the reason they're doing this is that the joke is that they're not fully trained, developed drag queens.
And I don't care about that joke. Like,
And there it is. There it is.
It's not funny to me. Like, I think you could. Why not just go in with Ariel Versace and just be the girls that like do things for money on that type of stage? Like, just those girls. Like, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying I'm not a fan enough of you to go with you on that journey. Like,
Gotcha. I think I'm interested enough in MIB and the idea that it might be funny.
Yeah.
And I might check it out. If it comes, it's got to come close enough too. I'm not traveling too far for it, but
I'm not going to the Anthem to go see this. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, where I would go, like, I would go to Work the World because I'm going to see more than just 3 people.
Oh, behind the scenes, everybody, in about 29 hours, me and Tim will be in our seats at Work the World. And I know that Sasha is on part of the tour. I don't know who's at our show tomorrow. Like, it's like rotating queens throughout the tour, and I'm like, I'm not sure who's going to be at our show.
Who knows? But it's going to be more than a few of those queens that can actually perform.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! I'm so excited. This looks just
and like,
just
isn't
the
it the
production.
Matrix or something?
Yeah, they're doing some leather industrial thing. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God! I could totally see like Bondage with Sasha Colby.
Oh, she just unravels. Oh,
wait, is she gonna be the Jada Pinkett Smith, or is that gonna be actually Jada? Like,
Jada's gonna be Jada. Jada's gonna be Jada. She already has the outfit. So.
She does. She has a couple of those.
She's got a couple of them. Anything else on Drag Race you want to notate before we pivot again?
I want y'all to take a year off. I want y'all to take a year off. I want y'all to, for All Stars, this.
Oh, you just mean the show in general? Just take time off.
Yes, I need them to take a year or two off. Get some queens that are actually like have a following, have people who are rooting for them in a way that feels organic on TV, and that, you know, there needs to be some new blood. Like,
yeah, I agree with you. I'd love to see the Venn diagram of Paramount subscribers and WoW subscribers, and how many of you are in this part. Because if your WoW subscribers are paying for Paramount to watch All Stars when they have all the international stuff and all the shows over here, take some time. You're not going to lose them. They're buying the other platform. They're in.
I really think that this could be like, this feels like All Star Season 1. Not that it was bad. All Star Season 1 wasn't that bad, but it was so they had talent. They just know what to do with it.
Sure.
This place, they have a rubric. The people just ain't.
Yeah, the people ain't peopling. Yeah.
So I just feel like they need to take off maybe a year or two and really get into the bag of like people who are worth putting back on screen. Not saying.
Yeah.
I feel bad for saying that, but I don't know how else to say it.
No, it's a casting process like any show. Yeah. The different thing with All Stars is that you are pulling from a cast that's already been there. So you hope that the producers understand, like, who's camera ready, who has a knack for doing this. Like, I think Candy is naturally somebody that you'd probably want on a season to help ignite and talk and do things. Like, she's combustible, and that
I would have loved to see, like, her and, like, Mistress. Like, together.
Ooh, yeah, that would be...
Eureka.
Yeah, having two dominant queens like that in a room full... But, you know, and maybe you get Alexis in there thinking that her meltdowns are going to help with the mix, but she just crumbles completely. She can't even talk. She can't even fight back.
She's always crying, and nobody's believing it.
No.
This is like...
Oh, actually, I take it back. I actually totally believe her. I think she's an emotional mess. I don't think those are fake tears. I think she's an emotional theater kid. I know those kids. That's all she is. And it's not fun.
Yeah.
And it's not fun.
Nobody cares. Like, you said nothing, you cry like, I just wanted to know that I would be received well.
Yeah. No.
And I'm like, I don't want to receive you.
You are not Nicole Kidman needing to be coached through an emotional scene. Get the fuck out of here.
But I will say this. The most interesting thing about the runway for me.
Wait, what are we talking about? The runway?
Yeah.
Like
it happened with her.
This past episode,
and that's where I'll stop.
Oh, okay.
Because I want you and you might not even get it, to be honest. For me, because like it was something different for me.
Okay.
Because it calls back to another episode of ours.
Oh, okay.
And I think I said it. I think I said it in our little chat. But like,
okay.
I want you to.
I'll watch. I'll finish the episode after we're done.
Just finish for that, because for me, it gave me a little chuckle. I was like, okay, I see you.
Am I going to be shocked who got eliminated this week?
No.
Is it who should be kicked out because they were walking out the door anyway?
No.
What? It's somebody else? Oh, God.
I mean, you'll know now, but like, you asked, girl.
I did. Yeah, this season is just bad.
It's just, it's not even mad. It's nothing.
It's nothing.
I'm reading in between the lines to find something interesting. Like,
yeah,
it's a wash. It is what it is. Congratulations to Jimbo.
Yeah, we'll call it now. You did a great job 3 episodes in, and it was what it was going forward. So
occasionally I was like, oh, that's an interesting runway. Like, I definitely.
You know what? I'll say this. I genuinely love Jessica Wilde. Genuinely. I think her with the right cast, like, she's great. She's entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought she was probably the best thing in that freaking the CSI episode they did this thing. I got the extra side of guacamole.
Yeah.
Fucking, I loved it. I love her.
I do agree that I think that she would do very well with a more dynamic cast.
Yeah.
But her runways were shit too. So.
Oh no.
Like sunny side up eggs. Come on.
Oh, that was a bad one for her.
The ass with the lips.
Oh yeah, she pulled up
You were sitting up in the same day. You were like, oh, is this too much for me to douche on TV? But then you're gonna put little lips on ass? No, girl.
She's sweet. Yeah, it's a big swing.
She's gotta. But you know what? She's a lovely girl. Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. Okay, this has been the random Mini-Chub episode in the middle of our regular episode.
We do things.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.